Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports, the boxing roll-up. Man, there's always something going on in boxing. But who would have thought we'd be looking at something like this? Errol Spence Jr., Jermall Charlo, having problems with trying to get to Australia. We out here ready to chant Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. See Errol Spence, Jermall Charlo, Stephen Fulton over there scrapping. Looks like it may only be Stephen Fulton. What the hell's going on? Anyway, like Jermall's having some issues with his visa getting approved, while Errol Spence is having clerical problems with his passport. But I'm going to tell you, none of this shit makes sense. How you know? You know you got a fight coming up. What are we doing out here still at the last minute trying to get our paperwork together? Maybe because, I come from a West Indian background, and we know the importance of having your documentation together. You know what I'm saying? All my friends who come from parents are from other countries, or they're from other countries, grew up here, whatever the story is. You know you don't fuck around when it comes to your paperwork, from your visa, your green card, your passport. You got to keep that in order and up to date. So when I look at these fighters, you knew months ago that you were going to be going to Australia. You telling me that people weren't on top of that? Making sure they were just, overlooking the process and making sure things were getting pushed along. Now here it is, man. The fight is just around the corner. Y'all can't travel. Then you got, this shit going on. Errol Spence and Tim Tszyu is now at 160 pounds. Hey, yo, hold your horses and stop taking it to the stupid. How the hell the fight, what should have been at 154, ended up being agreed to 158, and now at 168 pounds, the middleweight limit. What are we doing here? Now, I'm going to tell you, Errol Spence, I like him, but I like Tim Tszyu. And y'all know I ain't biased. I don't give a shit about that bias crap. That's not me. But the more I look at this, the more I say that Errol Spence and his team in the secret society may be trying to sway things in advantage of Errol Spence. Now, Tim Tszyu hasn't fought at that weight in years. That ain't his fighting weight. That Tim Tszyu would be, I don't think he's ever fought at that weight. But matter of fact, I'm not going to waste, matter of fact, I got it up. I'll pull it up right now because I actually have it up. While we're talking, let's look real quick. You want this man to come and fight at 160? I mean, that shit is crazy to me. We know Errol Spence is the A side and all that. I'm just saying, this is crazy. I don't know why let me do it like this. I'm going to pull it up right here because they keep having these damn pop-up boxes that come up. And it's annoying the way they're doing it now. But, there we go. I got my way to circumvent the system. Let's take a look at old Tim Tszyu. Fighting at 160 pounds, 27 wins, 18 KOs. And let me scroll down here and see. Okay, 156, 152, 152, 154, 153, 153. 153. So Tim Tszyu been all the way back in 2019. He's always been fighting at 154 pounds. There's something here. Somebody weighed in at 157. He weighed in at 159, 2018. So, okay, 160, 2017. That's 9 years ago. Okay, yeah. So Tim Tszyu hasn't fought at that weight in like 8, 9 years. And all of a sudden now, where the man is at 154, which is where he fights at, that's where the fight should have been taking place, Errol Spence is bubbling it up. I don't know what's going on. This could be a good thing for Errol Spence. It could be a bad thing. It could mean that Errol Spence is struggling with the weight cut again. You know what I'm saying? It could be that Errol Spence is going to, have dead leg. He's probably working very hard to cut down in weight to get that. Couldn't make 154, realize 158 is going to be an issue. So they're struggling, so they're going to settle at 160. But what that could mean is that he is having a tough time cutting weight. And that means he's going to be traveling to Australia if he gets his papers together. He could be jet lagged. It takes a while to acclimate. If he's up at night trying to call back home and talk to his kids, he's probably not going to be on the same schedule as the locals. And I don't know what time the fight's starting, but Errol Spence's body can be all over the place. So it could work in favor of Spence-Tszyu, just as well as it could work in favor of Errol Spence Jr. if Errol Spence can get over there and acclimate and be comfortable at 160 pounds and firing on all cylinders. So it goes back to what I was saying. This is really a toss-up fight. This is a 50-50 fight. But Spence-Tszyu, who doesn't seem to be having a problem with his weight cut, at 160, maybe he's more comfortable. Maybe he's not as drained. I don't know. Maybe he's a bit more sluggish because he has this extra weight on. I don't know how it's going to play out. But, I mean, I feel like I'm, what are those guys called, man? Not an auditor, but when you're there and you're, like if you go to a car auction, yeah, and you're like, 1, 1, 1, and 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5, 10 to 10 to 15, 15, 20, kind of get 100. He's doing the weight. 147, 47, 50, 50, 54, 54, 58, 58, 60. Sold. 160 pounds. Like, that's just how I see it, man. Ridiculous. Anyway, the fight's generating a lot of excitement, but these logistical issues and discussions over agreed weight, it just adds uncertainty, man. That's why I'm talking about it, because I'm just like, this shit is dumb, man. But if the bout does go forward, right, if it proceeds, the final weight agreement could become a major talking point. Because who knows? Right now, they went from 154 to 158 at 160. They may get to 162, 164. I mean, you just don't know. But I'm telling you, when you move weight a few pounds, that can affect preparation. That can affect strategy. I'm just telling you. I'm not making that up. That's a fact, man. But at the same time, like I said, some fans believe the higher weight, the more it favors the naturally bigger guy, who's Errol Spence. And then there are others like myself who are going to say that elite professionals, they adapt regardless. So the weight limit matters, but if you're elite and you're a special talent, you adapt, you overcome, and you win. Now, Jermall Charlo, look, I don't know. I don't know about them Charlo boys anymore, man. There's all kind of issues surrounding him. Now you got travel issues. Promoters better be looking for a backup plan, but I'm telling you right now, fans are hoping that the matters get resolved, but I'm not optimistic about anything. So are they going to move forward as planned? I don't know. They'll move forward, but maybe not as planned. Probably see them, Spence-Tszyu and the other Australians down there fighting locals or they may cancel the whole event. How much would that suck? To have to go to a training camp and cut weight and sacrifice and be away from your family and friends to just find out no fight. Oh, that would suck. And I would hope they still give me my fight purse. Because it's not my fault this shit ain't happening. But why Al Heyman not making sure everything's smooth over? You see what I mean? That makes you wonder what's really going on. Trouble in paradise. Anyway, talking about what things there's not so much trouble in paradise. Andy Ruiz is back with Manny Robles, man, and a lot of boxing fans are excited, Their previous partnership produced Andy Ruiz getting that stunning upset over Anthony Joshua. I know y'all remember that. But I'll tell you what, man, I hope Manny Robles can bring the best out of Andy Ruiz again. But the man's filthy rich now. I actually know somebody who knows him. He told me that first AJ fight, he didn't make that much money, but that second one, he made a bunch of money. 20-something plus million. So Andy Ruiz got money coming out of his ass. So every day for him is Viva Mexico. But as far as him and Manny Robles being back together, I think that's who he needs, because he needs somebody who's going to keep him in shape, stay on his ass, and make sure he understands, look, you had a huge opportunity. You became champion. You threw it away because you just forgot all your discipline. You turned dumb. But if you want to come back and compete now, many years have passed since the AJ fight. You're not in your prime anymore. You know what I'm saying? You must want to become a gatekeeper to the division, where people just come up there, man, if they can get past you, that means they're on to the next. But no one has an expectation for you to win to get to championship level again. So it's all on Andy Ruiz. I just think there's value of returning to a trainer who understands you as a fighter and your strengths and weaknesses. Now, talking about understanding fighters' strengths and weaknesses, Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis. The saga continues. Oh, every day on Twitter there's some shit. Keyshawn Davis continuing to emerge as a potential opponent for Devin Haney, or is it going to be Shakir Stevenson? Who knows? All we know is Rolly's fighting Tio. Conor Benn's fighting Ryan, and now it looks like Devin Haney's going to be fighting Keyshawn. But I'm telling you right now, there are a lot of people who think Keyshawn's size and physicality is going to present difficult questions for Devin. I just think Devin has that feet don't fail me now thing going on. And Keyshawn will have a tough time trying to catch up to it. Plus, Devin Haney has championship experience, ring IQ, and defensive skills. And those are reasons that he shouldn't be underestimated. Kind of odd to see some people favoring Keyshawn over Devin, but it is what it is. Devin has always proven that, he can rise to the top. Dougie Fresh in the Get Fresh crew. But you just don't know when those fancy feet are going to become heavy feet. And that's what makes the matchup very interesting to me. I don't know how to call it. I'm favoring Devin, but some people are favoring Keyshawn. But the bottom line is the match has generated genuine interest from observers, man, because you're looking at a young guy. You got the youth, you got the physicality, and then you got the other guy who's a bit older, but not old. He's definitely not cold, but he has a championship level experience. So really good fight when they come together, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, this guy in the UK, y'all need to be paying attention to him. Ben Whittaker. The secret society is in full EFFECT. They want him to become a champion. At 175 pounds, they want him to become undisputed at 175 pounds. They are putting the money behind him. They are backing him 100%. And he has a fight coming up for the upcoming IBF final eliminator. Yeah. And that's just another important step in his career. Instead of focusing on conspiracy theories about matchmaking, I want to, just take a knee here for a second and stop taking it to the stupid and say, it's fair to say, when you have a highly regarded prospect like him, he starts getting these opportunities when he continue winning, which he's doing, and attracting fan interest, which he's done. But I tell you what, if he wins this final eliminator for the IBF title, which Dimitri Bivol has, that means he'll be in line to fight Dimitri Bivol. Now, does he beat Dimitri Bivol? I don't know about all that. I'm just telling you, the secret society is in full EFFECT, and they are moving Ben Whittaker correctly. Now, AB. Talk about someone who's finally moving a bit correctly. But we need to hold our horses and not take it to the stupid. Adrien Broner appears to be committed to improving his conditioning and lifestyle, something that a lot of his longtime fans are encouraging and supporting. They're rallying behind him. There you go, AB. Atta boy, you can do it. But I'm going to tell you this. He can do it. He can get back in shape, but he's not, with this renewed dedication, going to just abruptly end back in championship level contention. To that I say, in the most respectful way, do not take it to the stupid. It's not going to happen, man. Too many years away from the sport, too many years of not being at the elite level, too many years of destroying his body with the destruction substance, alcohol and drugs and whatever else. And food especially. It's not going to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? The man's been so far removed from the highest level of the sport. Yeah, it's good to see him getting in shape. That's my only expectation for AB. I'm rooting for him to get in shape. I'm rooting for this man to try to reverse whatever damage he's done to himself as far as health. You know what I'm saying? Be there for your children. Be there if your children your boys give you some great grand. Be around for that. Leave that alcohol alone. Leave that fast food fuckery alone. You know what I'm saying? No drugs or nothing. Don't do none of that. Stay healthy, man. So this 45 thing challenge they're doing is great. But, man, make it a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But for the fans, somehow, AB's back. Yeah. Oh, look, the muscle memory's there. He's faster than ever. He's floating like a butterfly, stinging like a... Shut up, man. Get the fuck out of here. He ain't floating like no butterfly and stinging like no goddamn bee. Adrien Broner is just in there getting himself in shape. And he's incrementally taking the steps he needs to be able to stand on his own 2 feet, take a deep breath, and be like, I'm back. I'm making all the money that I was making before without getting hit. All I need to do is stay healthy, be disciplined, and get it right this time. And that's all I expect of him. If he does that, that's a win. But if he wants to get back in the ring, look, that's on him. But let's be real. Last time he was fighting, he lost to Blair Cobb. And everyone knows I like Blair Cobb. But with a guy like AB with all his accolades and credentials, he's not supposed to lose to Blair Cobb. But I knew he was going to. I called it. I said Blair Cobb's going to beat him. You know, because he wasn't focused, he wasn't disciplined. He got in there just thinking he could go in there and hot wing it, and bad shit happened. Just like bad shit's going to happen when you talk about Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn. Look, both of these guys have felt bad tests. Both of them have claimed they were innocent. And fans are saying this is a battle of the drug chiefs. Now, that's harsh to hear them say that, but you can understand why they say it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you, man, that shit's officially set. De La Hoya finally getting his little piece of the pie. So he cool. He get him a little cha-ching-ching, and he's in the breeze. But I'll tell you, Ryan Garcia knocks Conor Benn out. 30 seconds. 30 seconds into round 1. Conor Benn gets knocked out cold. Yeah, I said it. I'm telling you. Watch. Y'all like, hood, here you go. No. There you go. Ryan Garcia knocked that dude out. I get that shit 30 seconds. As soon as Conor comes in with some wild shit, Ryan hit him. Schwap. Hit him with the Street Fighter, man. The Haruken. Won't be an uppercut, it'll be a hook. And Conor Benn's ass will be out, dancing south to the ring. You know he speaks Spanish and shit. Picked that up while he was living in Spain, but he turned to a Puerto Rican that night because he be dancing salsa all over that motherfucker. And Ryan hit him and knocked that equilibrium off and knocked him out cold. Conor Benn gonna be chest to canvas, ass in the air, like at a Puff Daddy party. Just baby all over his goddamn feet in the canvas. He just sliding all over the goddamn place. But I'm being honest, man. Both fighters have faced scrutiny over previous anti-doping issues, man, making the topic part of the public conversation around the fight. It is what it is, man. But a lot of people are hoping, the events remembered for what happens in the ring under appropriate testing and oversight rather than for the past controversies. I'm telling you, fans can hope and wish for whatever the hell they want. People are going to talk about the past controversies, and they're going to talk about the present shit. It is what it is. So hold your horse and stop taking to the stupid. I got Ryan Garcia. 30 seconds in the fight, he knocked Conor Benn out cold. Cold. Now, talking about something getting cold is this goddamn Mayweather-Pacquiao too. Nobody cares. No one cares. We don't want to see that shit. Mayweather and Pacquiao, get the hell out of here. Mayweather, go back wherever you live at. You got all these houses, all these cars, all these. You guys go somewhere. Crawl underneath the rock, man. We don't care. Pacquiao, old man Pacquiao, take your ass back to the Serengeti province and sing karaoke. You know what I'm saying? Go over there. Go do some local fighting. Go toe-to-toe over there. We don't care. I don't want to see that shit. I don't care. And yeah, that's right. You're like, damn, Hood, you a little animated. Yeah, I'm animated and aggravated. I don't want to see this shit. This fight is stirred up mixed emotions in everybody. Some want to see it, some don't. Me, I don't. I don't care. Both of them is just out here trying to sit there and get some money grab. They're playing us, man. Y'all can't be blind, man. Open your eyes. Don't take it to the stupid. Who want to see these guys getting there? Oh, 2 legends in the ring again. How about the 2 legends, man, go their ass back to the crib? Go up to their theater rooms and watch videos and see just how great they once were. We don't want to see that. Don't come out here with no money grab. Oh, this is Pacquiao's opportunity. The shoulder is healed now. I don't want to see this shit. There is no rivalry. There's no beef to be settled. Better focus their attention on the next generation of stars, and these 2 old farts, go your ass somewhere. Nobody want to see that shit. Like, I don't want to see it. I don't care. It's annoying to me. The fight's taking place in January 2027 now. Who cares? I don't care. Now, Claressa Shields. She is goddamn Claressa Shields. You know it's bad when there are people who want to reach out and help her, but they won't because they don't want to be attached to her. I know people. I don't. Two I know personally. The other ones they just happen to hit me up. Big name people. And they want to help her. They do. But they're like, I can't do it. They say she's too hot right now. Too much drama around her. They're like, and I don't want to attach my name to her because she's unpredictable. You don't know what she's going to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate for Claressa because it's the truth. It's the truth. You don't know what she's going to do. She's generated discussions inside the ring, outside the ring, at goddamn Trader Joe's, on the playground, the kindergarten schools, the goddamn soup kitchen, Walmart, goddamn. Everybody talking about Claressa Shields. Everybody. But I tell you what, this whole thing about this SP nomination, like we were talking about, okay, maybe some people out here, man, debating about how award balances athletic achievement, and that right there should be all that we look at, and not the broader public perception. But I'm gonna tell you this: it doesn't matter what you think. That's what the award is about the public perception as well as as well as whole person concept, attitude, and how you conduct yourself. Are you a leader? Are you a professional? As well as your athletic performance and achievement for her would be inside the ring. So she loses. Period. It's not, how does Spanish say imposible, right? Impo-fucking-sible. She's not going to goddamn win. She's going up against Gabriel Fundora and Terrence Crawford. That's all I got to say. I think Gabriel Fundora wins. And I think Crawford, but I have a feeling they're going to give it to Gabriella. You know why? Because they're trying to send a message. Yeah, Claressa, 2023, I think it was, you were the first woman to, win this award as boxing and shit. But hey, how about this? We're gonna have another woman win, and it won't be your ass. It's gonna be Gabriel Fundora, because I tell you what, Gabriel Fundora deserves it. She deserves it, but Crawford does too. But Crawford just picked up some other award, so these people may be working together and balance it out. Let's give this one to Gabby now. But for Claressa, they're like, no, we won't even let her pick up dog shit out of our yard. Once she changed her attitude, then maybe we'll think about it. But I think Claressa got a good 5, 6, 7 years of going without awards. Yeah, I do. I think they've recognized that she just doesn't deserve any kind of recognition. And the recognition she wants, it's not an award. She wants the recognition she's getting online for being a villain. So good, you got all the recognition that you want, all the attention that you want, doing things your way. So be okay and content with that, because we ain't giving you shit. You know what I'm saying? But some fans are sitting there saying, look, this is wrong. But then the others are saying, you guys need to hold your horses. Look at Claressa Shields. There's public outreach to potential sponsors for her upcoming event. That doesn't tell you that y'all need to shut up and quit supporting her bullshit. She can't get sponsors. People don't want to work with her. And y'all still out here talking about, oh, she's being done wrong? How about she doing herself wrong? Who comes out here and begs for sponsors? You know what I mean? Who comes out here and begs for sponsors? I've never heard of that. I know, I've been watching boxing a long time. Sponsors reach out to the individuals. They work together. I never heard of no one coming out here, man, just kind of throwing up a goddamn like a SOS sign. Hey, I'm over here. I need help. Sponsors, if you want to come on and get involved with me, I'm here. Hey, who wants to give me money? You can have your banner up here. Be 18,000 people looking. Hey, hello, we're over here. Yoo-hoo! That ain't how that shit works. I'll say this, because I try to be fair. Seeking sponsorship is a common part of promoting sporting events and does not by itself establish anything about somebody's finances. But the thing is, most of the time, these things happen behind the scenes. Somebody knows somebody heard something, somebody reach out to you, you contact them back, or someone has mentioned something in the past about potentially working with you, then you reach out to them. But it's mostly a mutual thing. But this doesn't seem to be the case. And I'm gonna tell you, if you have these multiples of millions of dollars and 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you straight electric company and shit, what are you doing? And that's why we the people are sitting here saying, yo, when it comes to big bulk, we don't know what's going on with her. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to jump in your pocket and shit. Act like we know your personal finances, but you're selling them goddamn little heebie-jeebie dolls. You're selling this woke merchandise. You know what I'm saying? You're out here now begging for sponsors. That's not how it should work. Not for a 2-time gold medalist. Anyway, when you take a look at all this shit, man, that's going on, boxing is great. But it just reminds me that it's a lot more to boxing than what happens inside the ropes. It's all the stuff happening outside the ropes. Negotiations, trainer changes, promotional strategies, business decisions all shape the sport. And I just think, as always, when you don't hold your horses and you take it to the stupid, you can generate excitement through the headlines. But the lasting answers will come when fighters step in the ring, and you got to let your performance speak for itself. And, will these fighters do that? I would tend to think so. If they get in the ring, they're going to scrap. It's one thing for sure. But this Errol Spence, Tszyu shit, I'm telling you, something ain't right. Something ain't right there. I don't like it. I don't like it. I have a feeling that whole card going to get pulled. I mean, you figure if Errol Spence don't go, he and Tszyu the main event. Nobody want to see Tszyu fight somebody else. It's Errol Spence. Even stateside, everybody's looking forward to Errol Spence returning. But if Errol Spence falls out and Jermall Charlo, they better kill that goddamn card, because that's going to be a joke. Y'all keep cool, man. It's the Boxing Roll-Up, Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Hey, yo, hold your horses and don't take it to the stupid. Yo, I'm in the breeze.